Hey everybody, MntDewMania here, and welcome not to Vox for this sort of kind of special rant. It's not really a rant today, but it is, it isn't, it is. I am on my Warp Markiplier world. I have not been here in a very long time on either of my channels, and there's a story behind that, but I won't get into that today. I'm here for a very special reason. If you're keeping up with me, and I sincerely hope you are, that you know that we are on the letter R in season 5 of Redneck Rants. And I picked this world because of the letter R. And R is for role models. Making a little sense now, huh? So, just in case we're all unclear, let's get clear about what role models means. Handy Dandy Dictionary says a person whose behavior, example, or success is or can be emulated by others, especially by younger people. Alright, I think we all kind of know what a role model is. It's somebody for whatever reason we look up to, we want to be like. We really like what they stand for, and we hope that we can be like that, and we try to be like that. Now, the reason I am here is because as I followed Markiplier through, you can tell, a lot of subscribers, starting way back when I first subscribed to him at about 20,000. I think it was like 21,096 or something like that. I can't really remember. It's been a long, long time. And he's way over 17 million now, I think. But it was very apparent very quickly that once you got past all the screaming and the goofiness, that Mark was going to be somebody that people, younger people, older people, could look up to. He was a good role model because he cared about people. He wanted to help people. So did Bob. So did Wade. And that was a good message for, obviously, millions and millions of people. And some people, especially on the internet, especially on YouTube, like movie stars, I mean, I'm sure, now my era growing up, we didn't have internet. So all of our heroes were on magazines and in the movies, And I think when you're young, you pick somebody, you pick a movie star because you want to be like them. You think they're just the best thing since sliced bread, and they do all these wonderful things, and they're this wonderful person, and you want to be like that, and that's fine. But sometimes it's hard, believe it or not, for a person who is in the limelight, who is a movie star, YouTube star, whatever, a sports star. It's hard for them to be a role model, believe it or not. And some people don't want to be a role model. They don't feel that they are qualified to be a role model. And I will give you a perfect example of that. One Mr. Charles Barkley. I think everybody knows who Mr. Charles Barkley is. He says, and I quote, "I'm not a role model. Just because I dunk a basketball doesn't mean I should raise your kids." He also said, "I'm not paid to be a role model. Parents should be role models." Now, before you fly off the handle and go, "Why, that's the most horrible thing I've ever heard anybody say in my entire life," he makes a good, valid point, and I will tell you why a little bit later. Um, Denzel Washington said, "I think a role model is a mentor, someone you see on a daily basis and you learn from them." Now, that is a very good point about role models. It's very easy to, and probably anybody that's ever said it, um, that has a huge following of what for whatever they do, YouTube, TV, movies, songwriting, music, sports, whatever. They will tell you that it's very easy to sit in front of a camera or and say stuff, but it's another thing to live up to that. I could sit here all day and tell you, this is what you need to be a good person. You need to do this and you need to do that and you need to think this and say that and not even practice what I preach. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here in my little world where I live, and you're way across the planet wherever you live. We probably will never meet, and you're not going to be able to see my day-to-day life, and if I practice what I preach. I can talk till the cows come home about being a good person, being polite, and, helping people. But saying it's one thing and doing it is something else. I can talk all day about, how I do it, but I'm not anywhere near you to show you. Just like a lot of YouTubers aren't there to show you. Like a lot of movie stars aren't there to show you. Some people feel uncomfortable being a role model. They don't want to be thrust into that. They don't feel qualified. They don't feel that, just because they have a TV show or a YouTube channel that's big and famous, how does that qualify them to be a role model? And I totally get that. I totally understand where people come from when they're kind of uncomfortable and a little bit shocked that people actually think they're a role model. Well, you look up to me, but why? I've heard Mark say it. He goes, "I don't understand why people are so loyal." He goes, He goes, "I'm a goofball in front of a camera. What have I done that deserves, And a lot of people feel like that. Another big part of, now some people embrace it. A lot of the WWE guys and girls really embrace it. I saw a lot of quotes by Rey Mysterio, John Cena, Goldberg, just a lot of those guys. They're always conscious about how, because the WWE has a huge following, tens of millions of fans, and a lot of little kids look up to these guys. So of course they have to be, you have to be kind of on your mark about, what you say and how you act and what you do. Because, that's a lot of eyes on a lot of people, And it's easy to get lost in that. And I don't want to say that it goes to people's heads, "Oh, well, I'm this big role model," But, it can. And it can affect how you think and how you act and how you portray yourself. And I'm sure that is a big thing to live up to. Now remember, it wasn't too long ago that we talked about putting people on pedestals. We put them so high up, they have nowhere to go but down. You know what I'm saying? And when they do make a mistake, it's this horrific, unforgivable thing. "Oh my God, you were my role model. I looked up to you. How could you do that?" And I'm sure as a parent, you've heard your kids say it, or I mean, if you've had a role model and they that one little time they stumbled and they let you down, oh my God, the world just came to an end. They're the worst person on this planet. Well, 3 seconds ago, you were singing their praises. Why are they a different person now? Don't get lost in that, um, you know, aspect of things. Because these people that you look up to, these role models that you look up to, they are human. They are going to make mistakes. If they are a good role model, that'll be the first thing out of their mouth. You know what, guys? I messed up. I messed up, and I am owning it, and I am telling you I messed up, and all I can do is apologize and try to do better. So it's easy for me to understand how some of these celebrities just kind of don't want the job. You know what I'm saying? Mandy Moore said, "We sometimes think that being a celebrity is the same as being a role model. But a role model is actually someone you can touch, talk to, and dream with." I totally get that. I mean, it's if you want somebody to be a role model in your life, they need to be there with you in your universe, your little part of the world, and you need to watch them do all these things that they talk about. You need to learn, how they think, what they think, how they react to stuff. You can't do that watching somebody on a YouTube video or on a TV channel or in a movie, or you see them for 5 seconds in an interview somewhere, or you see them run back and forth across a basketball court. That's entertainment, okay? And I've heard a lot of YouTubers say it, when you are talking, like I'm talking to you, or you're talking, you're being goofy or whatever you're doing, of course you're going to portray and give the best parts of you. You're not going to sit and tell everybody, what a rotten day you had and how you hate everybody. That's not going to get people coming back to see your videos. That's not going to have people pay money to hear your music or watch your movies. You want that bright, shining star up on that pedestal. That's the person you want. Deep down, there's more to it than that, but, we don't dig too deep down too many times because it's uncomfortable. Okay? So, the next time, you get ready to say the words, so-and-so is my role model, ask yourself, are they really? Or am I just a big fan? Do I want to be like Markiplier? Or do I want to be like Mark Fishbach? Do I want to be like Captain Sparkles? Or do I want to be like Jordan? Let me leave you with one last quote from somebody here on YouTube that I found interesting. Tyler Oakley said, "Even if I never registered my YouTube channel with the intention of being a role model, if I am that for somebody, I can't help it. So I need to be conscious of it and realize that influence can be used for good or bad, and I just need to try and do the very best I can." That's very true. Sometimes, guys, that's all you can do. That's all any of us can do, is the best we can. So, when you put somebody in the role of being your role model, you keep that firmly in mind, okay? They are human. They are not a Superman. They are not a superstar. They are very human, and they're going to make very human mistakes. Okay? So before you judge them for messing up, they're just human. Alright, so the sun has went down and the moon is coming up here on my work Markiplier. It's been a long time since I've been here. But yeah, keep that in mind, guys. Being a role model, putting somebody in that role, that's a big thing. And some people don't want the job. It's very daunting. So tell me in the comments below, who is your role model in your family, in your real world, and who is your role model out in the universe? Movie star, actor, actress, sports person, somebody like that. And I will catch you guys later. This is Mountain Dew Mania, Season 5, winding down of Redneck Rants. So out of here. Later, guys.